Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending the symposium on video self-modeling. I'm sorry I'm not in attendance this morning. I was not able to be here, but I do hope that you are enjoying the symposium on VSM and learning a great deal on how to implement VSM. Um, just a couple of things before we begin. I know that this has already been stated, but the specific area that I am addressing is academic skills. And I know that this has already been stated, but when we talk about VSM, we're going back to Bandura's work. And children who struggle academically have diminished self-efficacy. And again, self-efficacy is the belief that one can succeed at a task. And self-modeling allows children to see themselves succeeding and increases their self-efficacy. And this is important, very important when it comes to academics. As you know, research on video self-modeling has looked at myriad behaviors and types of disabilities and has been around for decades and is very successful. And with that, I'm going to talk to you very briefly about academics. So I'm going to share with you specifically that video self-monitoring may be employed with reading and math. In this particular instance, I'm going to just give you one example of reading fluency, oral reading fluency, but the steps are the same. So for whatever academic area you're looking to target, whether it's reading comprehension, whether it's reading fluency, whether it's math, whether it's vocabulary, the steps are the same. So you want to select a goal behavior. If you're looking at oral reading fluency, it would be words read correct per minute. Define and evaluate the goal. So for example, if we're looking at reading fluency, the student will read, you're looking at adding 10 words per minute. 3, develop a progress monitoring system, collect your data. 4, plan your video. 5, create the video with the student. 6, watch the video with the student. And 7, monitor progress. So the steps are exactly the same no matter what academic area you're looking to employ VSM. And I figured an example would be the most helpful in illustrating how to employ VSM academically. So Mrs. Smith records Johnny as he echo reads the passage they just read in unison. Mrs. Smith reads a sentence, modeling pace and prosody, and Johnny reads the sentence after her. When Johnny stumbles on a word, Mrs. Smith says, "Let's try that one again," and models the sentence for him. This gives Johnny a chance to read each sentence without error. After echo reading the passage, Mrs. Smith stops the video recording and asks Johnny to reread the passage aloud independently. When he finishes reading, she praises his efforts and asks him a few questions to check his comprehension. They play a short memory game to reinforce new or challenging vocabulary. After Johnny goes back to class, Mrs. Smith spends about 15 minutes editing the video that was recorded during the echo reading portion of the tutoring session. So in this particular example, the teacher first started working with the student because although he was motivated to read, he needed additional practice and support in order to be able to access grade level books that his peers were reading. The teacher and the student met 3 times a week for 30-minute tutoring sessions with the goal of increasing Johnny's reading fluency over the course of time. Each tutoring session followed the exact same process. 1, they read a passage in unison. 2, they echo read the same passage together. 3, the student read the passage independently. 4, the teacher asked the student a few questions to check his comprehension. And finally, they spent a few minutes playing a memory game. After this was done, the teacher went back, edited the video, and incorporated the correct or fluent sentence reading that the student read into the video. And again, these are very short increments and segments, so 2 to 3 minutes. And the student would watch this 3 times a week, so that they could enhance their self-efficacy and see that yes, they are capable of reading fluently. And essentially, in a nutshell, this is video self-monitoring for academic skills. Again, the steps are the same with respect to any academic area that you choose to use. And I hope that this example was helpful in helping to illustrate how to implement VSM for academic skills. Thank you again for attending the symposium on VSM, and I hope you enjoyed your conference here at APA.